It's only weeks since we learned of the Optus debacle and the damage done to 10 million Australians in terms of their personal identification. How the chief executive, Kelly Boehner Rosmarin, still has a job, I have no idea. I made the point at the time that Optus senior management were kidding themselves if they believed they'd done a half-reasonable job communicating with customers. You might recall they eventually handed over information requested by Services Australia. By the way, it is very difficult to find your way through this bureaucratic thicket. Services Australia were once the Department of Social Security, an arm of the Australian government. They would have you believe their purpose is to support Australians by efficiently delivering high-quality, accessible services and payments on behalf of the government, unquote. So while Optus customers waited to know what had happened to their personal data, it took Optus 13 days to deliver the material that Services Australia rightly sought. Optus are overseas owned. The maximum penalty for this unconscionable damage to the personal identification material of 10 million Australians, maximum penalty 2.1 million, which wouldn't cause the overseas ownership of Optus to blink. We're talking about driver's licences, passports, 37,000 Medicare numbers, names, addresses, emails. Fair-minded Australians would believe that the Singaporean parent should be hit with hundreds of millions of dollars as a penalty to them, a warning to other companies to pay up to protect our privacy, and compensation to individuals who've had their privacy abused. I asked at the time, how do we know whether all businesses, large and small, are storing data securely? And what's the government doing to safeguard our personal security? I note now that the Commonwealth Bank-owned online stockbroking firm CommSec and a business previously owned by the Commonwealth Bank, AUSSIEX, have been fined a record $27.1 million for widespread failures over a 9-year period. But listen to this. Why? Well, amongst the failures, overcharging clients more than 120,000 times. 27.1 million is supposed to be the largest ever fine for breaches of market integrity rules. The federal court's now ordered an independent review of businesses, plural, compliance systems. But how is this not a headline issue? ASIC arguing that 120,933 occasions, both businesses, then owned by the Commonwealth Bank, had overcharged on fees, broken market integrity rules, and failed to comply with money reconciliation requirements. Where are the auditors? And this was going on for 9 years. A failure to provide accurate confirmation to the poor customer. The court found, quote, CommSec and AUSSIEX both demonstrated widespread systemic compliance failures over a 9-year period. CommSec's failures also resulted in millions of dollars being overcharged, unquote.